I was 13 years old when I first had a spiritual opening that was conscious and that actually put me on the path. And I have this theory that young people, particularly teenagers, it's a phase of our human development where we're coming up to the adult world and we're looking around asking the perennial spiritual question, who am I? And it's a natural process, but we're asking it usually from the egoic perspective. Who am I and where do I fit into this world? But on a deeper soul level, I think we're starting to feel and be with some of the deeper questions of being human. Not only who am I, but what is a real life and how do we really live in a way that's true and authentic and healing and helpful. And of course I was asking all of those questions, but I wasn't asking them in an articulate way that I'm speaking of now. I was feeling everything and having trouble in my family life and going through all kinds of bumps and difficulties in the road, and I fell through the cracks into a depression experience, and I was hospitalized for that depression experience. And because I was quite unusual as a young person, a little precocious in my development, they thought it would be better for me to be in an adult psych unit. So there I was in this environment, really face to face with the nexus of human suffering, with people going through schizophrenia, going cold turkey from drug addiction, who tried to commit suicide. And here I was, just completely shut down and unable to cope with my own sensitivity and feeling everything and not being able to deal with that and feeling ultimately very disconnected from real love, real meaning, and not knowing who to turn to. So I, in my darkest hour, started praying to a God I didn't really conceptually believe in. I didn't come from a religious family. And I started praying, help. And I thought the help meant, beam me up, Scotty, get me out of here. But the help came in a very different kind of way. The help came in a sort of an organic, spontaneous surrender. And in that surrender that I think really came about through exhaustion of my egoic trying, there was an opening into an experience that I call boundless love. And what that was like was as though being in an ocean of love and grace and compassion and kindness and nourishment, deep nourishment that wasn't dependent on anything or anyone. It just was. And it felt like being plugged into the mains. And in that experience there was a knowing that this that I was tasting was not actually separate from the depth of my own being, that my own true nature is part of this boundless love, and that's the truth for all beings, everywhere, everyone, everything. And that the purpose of it all was to remove the barriers to this being the experience in each moment.